Welcome to Monetize Your Passion, the podcast for moms looking to use their passions to make a positive difference in the lives of others. I'm Tara Lawn, content strategist and certified life coach. I'm here to help you leverage the power of content creation and organic marketing so you can turn your passion and purpose into profit or a mission. Thanks for joining me. Hello and welcome to the show. Are you ready to grow an online brand with the passion that God put inside of you? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about today. How you can grow an online brand plus monetize it. So I'm going to be going over a 4-step process that you need in order to actually do this. So let's just get right into it. So the first thing that you need to do is to prepare your heart to pursue your passion plus hear from God. And I know that sounds very vague, but the first step in all of this is asking God which passion He wants you to pursue. Me, I have many passions, and I know when I'm pursuing too many things, I'm not actually pursuing the thing that God is calling me to do in this season. And I have so many things that I'm passionate about that I get off track, off focus, and then I don't end up actually pursuing that thing. So for you, that's what I want you to do first. Ask God which passion He wants you to pursue and ask Him to be involved in this entire process from A to Z. Because if God is involved in this passion pursuit, He will open the doors. So that's the first step in all of this is ask God which passion He wants you to pursue. And again, we can have many passions. It can be organizing, it can be cooking, it can be sewing, it can be teaching, it can be coaching on a specific skill. There's so many things that we're gifted at. But in this season of life, because we don't want to waste time, we want to be pursuing the things that God is actually calling us to pursue right now. We have certain gifts and skills and abilities in our hands right now, and this is the time for us to be pursuing the things that we have in our hands right now, so we don't get off track and so we don't get stuck. So ask God what it is He wants you to pursue. That's the first step in preparing your heart to hear from God on which passion you should pursue. So the second step in this process, after you've figured out which passion you'll pursue, is discovering your business foundation. And the first step in discovering your business foundation is figuring out who you want to help. Who do you feel drawn to? What group of people? For me, early on and still today, it was moms and still is moms, but just a different segment of moms. But early on, 11 years ago, I built my brand, Tinseltown Mom. I started off interviewing celebrity moms. I still do, but I started off interviewing celebrity moms about their road to success in hopes to encourage other moms to pursue the things that God put inside of them. So that's who I felt drawn to and wanting to use my writing passion to help them. So I'd write all these different articles. I'd interview these celebrity moms and write it on my blog. So figure out for yourself, who do you feel called to help? Who do you feel called to serve during this season? And then after you figure that out, who you are deciding to help and who you feel called to serve, next is to figure out how you want to help them. There are many ways that you can help people with your passion, with your gifts, whatever your gifts are. Maybe you are a writer. Maybe you're an actress. Maybe you're a crafter. Maybe you're a piano player. Maybe you're an organizer. Maybe you're an educator. How can you use those gifts to help someone else during this season? And there are many ways that you can help people. You can coach your ideal person. You can consult with them and help them figure out a problem. You can build a service-based business. And under that umbrella, there's many things that you can do, like tutoring, like social media management, web design, editing, tech support, etc. You can open up a freelance business and you can help people with whatever it is that you're gifted in. You can be a content creator. And let's say your passion is fashion. You can actually create fashion content for other brands and they can pay you for that content. You can become an affiliate for a brand that you love, and then you can promote that brand services or products to your audience. And then every time someone makes a purchase from your recommendation, you earn a small commission because you've given them an affiliate link that they can purchase through. You can start a drop shipping business where you sell things that you love to promote. There's so many different ways that you can use your passion and you can turn that into some sort of online business. So think about some things that interest you, things that you could see yourself doing with this passion, and just start making a list in a journal or a notebook. So the third step in building and monetizing your online brand is to lay the groundwork for growth. So that really falls under the umbrella of marketing. You have this passion. Now, how are people going to find you online? How are you going to grow online? There are basic steps you can take to make sure this happens. And once you figure out who you're trying to help and how you want to help them, you do want to define your brand identity. And part of that is figuring out what this brand is going to look like. Another part of that is figuring out, once you know who you're helping and how you want to help them, which platforms do you need to be on so you can reach your ideal customer? That's part of brand building, because when you know the identity of your brand, you know how to attract the right people. You know what they like. You know what type of content you can create because your ideal audience, they like this type of content. You know which platforms you should be on because maybe your ideal audience prefers Instagram, or maybe they prefer TikTok Reels, or maybe they prefer in audio. So maybe it's a podcast, or maybe they prefer the written form. They want to see blog articles. So this is really where you're going to start growing online. When you figure out your brand and how you want that to look, then you're going to try to establish your actual online platforms. And you're going to figure out where you should be showing up online. I've mentioned before in other episodes that when I first started, yes, I had my blog, but I literally thought I had to be on every social media platform because I thought that's what my audience wanted. I had no clue of what I was doing. I was just on all these platforms, hoping people would come to those platforms. However, it wasn't until I got more strategic with my brand and I started getting more clarity that I figured out which platforms were best for my audience. This is my strategy. I know I've mentioned it before. First, I record a podcast once a week, and then I will repurpose that podcast into a blog post. And then I will repurpose that blog post into short form content for Instagram and also for Pinterest. And then I repurpose that into an email newsletter so my subscribers can have access to exclusive content, tips, insights, resources, coaching opportunities, workshops, giveaways, upcoming interviews, plus more. So that's my content strategy. So once you establish your ideal audience and how you want to serve them, then you need to establish what content platforms are best suited for your ideal audience, because you want to make sure you're on the content platforms that draws people to your offer. And with that, with laying the groundwork for growth, is simple SEO or search engine optimization. Wherever you create content, I don't care what platform you're on, you should be thinking about search engine optimization. You should be thinking about what are the key words. These are the specific words that your ideal audience searches for on various search engines like Google or the podcast app or the Instagram app. So these key words are words that you should be including in all of your content, whether it's your titles, whether it's your descriptions, hashtags, etc. This will help you get found online. And there are other SEO principles that you should keep in mind whenever you're creating content, but keeping keywords in mind when you are producing content for your ideal audience is a major component in helping you get discovered online. And then the fourth step in this process is creating written goals for yourself. If you do not have goals, written goals, then it's going to be hard for you to actually pursue that thing that you're trying to pursue. You may pursue it for a while, but oftentimes you can get stuck because you don't know where you're headed. I recommend you starting with a 90-day goal. What do you want to accomplish in the next 90 days? Maybe it's something very simple, like establish your social media brand or create a simple offer for your target audience. Or maybe it's to generate a content calendar for the next 90 days, or maybe it's to create your business entity. So just write out what is your main goal that you want to accomplish for the quarter. And then monthly, you're going to have monthly goals that are going to help you get to that 90-day goal. And then you're going to break that down even further into weekly goals. How are the weekly goals going to help you get to your monthly goals? And then you're going to break that down even further into daily goals. How are those daily goals going to get to those weekly goals? The weekly goals are going to get to the monthly goals, the monthly goals to the quarterly goal. So that's what I would recommend. So whatever passion it is that you do have, set a 90-day goal on one major thing that you want to accomplish in the quarter, and make sure you have this all written out and look at this on a consistent basis so you can really be intentional about reaching that goal. So this 4-step framework is everything that I talk about in my audio bundle. It takes you through the entire process, but in detail. I've curated every lesson from my podcast so you don't have to go back and try to figure out which episodes to listen to. It's put together in a framework that is so simple. So you'll learn so much from this audio bundle: how to find your niche, how to pursue the right passion, how to monetize that passion, business ideas, SEO strategies. I'll even share with you the types of monetization strategies I've used over the years. I think I talk about 10 different ways that I've monetized to give you some ideas. It'll go over branding basics. It'll show you how to get on the right content platform so you can reach your target audience. You'll get organic marketing tips, again, SEO strategies that you can use across all platforms. Plus, it includes a downloadable workbook that'll take you through this entire process. You can write out your goals plus more. It's only a $27 investment. You can download it right now. I'll have a link in the show notes. Get that audio bundle today so you can start monetizing your passion and reach the people God has called you to impact. Thanks so much for listening today. If you know of another person that could use this episode, would you do me a favor and forward this to them? My platform is meant to be a blessing. It's meant to inspire and encourage you to pursue your God-led passion so you can make a positive difference in the lives of others. Until next time.